The number one thing that's going to be different from the van and a truck with a little cab on the back is that in the middle of the night, when you pull into a spot, if you want to really be more stealth, you have the van, because you just put it in park and you can climb through the middle right here and just go straight into the back. So we've got a pretty fun video for you today. We're going to be putting a stealth sleeper back of a truck up against your stealth sleeper van. Let's dive right in, figure out why you might want one versus the other. We start over here in the van. As you can see, it's just nice, big, and roomy. The number one thing that's going to be different from the van and a truck with a little cab on the back is that in the middle of the night, when you pull into a spot, if you want to really be more stealth, you have the van, because you just put it in park and you can climb through the middle right here and just go straight into the back, put up your little shades on the side so no one sees you, and go to sleep. So it's pretty nice and convenient. Everything's all in one space. And plus, minivans are little sleepers. No one's expecting you to be in here. So I like this little setup. It's not bad. Decent gas mileage. You know, it's probably not as good as the 4-cylinder truck here. It's probably a 6-cylinder van, I would assume. But if we can take a look here, see, we got a little praying mantis. This guy's the apex predator of the bug world. He's keeping all these bugs off my windshield. Thanks, buddy. So we go back here, we can see that the truck camper, it is separate from the cab, obviously. And that does have its benefits and drawbacks, just depending on what you like, what you don't like. One of the benefits of having the cab separated, and it is hotter, you have the windows from the cab kind of like a magnifier for the heat. So this is all 2-inch foam insulation. You're actually going to be a lot more regulated from the outside temperature inside of here. It's going to stay warmer when you want it to stay warmer, and it's going to stay cooler when you want it to stay cooler. When you do jump into the minivan, you got the windows, which are basically just like amplifying the heat all the time, all the way around this thing. So you got to think about that too. In the hotter climates, the vans are going to heat up a little bit quicker. And when you have your truck camper, especially one like this where it's super thick insulation, there's no windows inside of it, the temperature swing is going to take a lot longer to happen, if that makes sense. That's going to heat up a lot quicker. That's going to heat up a lot slower. In these vans, a lot of times these little back windows open up just right there so that you can get a little breeze coming in here. You can crack the front windows and you can have a breeze going from the front to the back, which over here, when this is closed, we rely on the crack that's underneath the door and in between here, at least for this particular setup, to get the fresh air coming in. Usually you have windows. We do plan to put a fan up here in the roof and some windows eventually in this, but just to get it rolling, I opted with no windows, and I'm pretty happy with it. I like the stealthiness of it. Once you are inside the vehicle and you do have a lot of windows like this, it is a lot harder just to kind of keep the light out, keep people from looking inside. You got to get a cutout for each and every window if you want to do that. If it doesn't bother you, then you can just go no cutouts for the windows. So, but you can have a lot of room in here. You got space for the chair, awning, a little storage over there. Up in the front, actually, in this van, we have the cooler. It likes to be easy accessible for the driver. And then he's got a little more storage over there. On the truck, you can't really do that. You have to choose between the cooler being in the front or the cooler being in the back. So if you got to move it around. Underneath here is where all of our storage is at for the bed. We got our outdoor chair. We got some power, a shovel, everything fits all under there. We built a little storage, custom things on the side. Spot folds down, have a little table. This bed folds in half. It's out of an RV, so you can have a little bit more rooming and space when he is going down the road if he wants to put some more stuff in there. Do got a nice tow hitch on here, and we do have a tow hitch, little ball right there as well. So towing capabilities, you can pretty much equip them the same way. You can get solar panels for the van or the truck. You can have separate battery off to the side. What's really nice about the van, which I almost forgot to mention, is since it is all connected and this was a passenger van, you do have air conditioning in the back. So if it is hotter, you can just turn the cab on, turn the AC on, and actually cool everything off back here, which over here in the truck you don't get that option just because it's completely separate from the cab. So that is something to consider there. Think about where you're going to be. You know, if stealth camping's not really that big of a deal, then just get the truck like me and just hop in and out of it. Both of them can back up right to your view and just lay in bed and look at the ocean or the mountains or the river, whatever it is. So that's pretty cool. So just figure out for your guys' self what you want. So as far as having like a small truck and a small van, both options give you decent room to sleep. Both options have their pluses and minuses. They're both relatively cheap. You can pick these guys up for, you know, a few $1,000 instead of getting a bigger van. So you don't necessarily need a bigger van. A lot of times you can get what you need done just in the minivan, so save some money, and also in the small truck. So it works out. So let me know in the comments, would you choose the truck camper or would you choose the van? So let's see below. Does this work better for what you're looking to do, or does that work better for what you're looking to do? Hopefully I was able to answer a couple questions regarding what the differences are and why you might want to go with a truck and a camper versus a van. So tune in next time, guys. Thanks for watching. This guy's still out here getting it. He likes this one. Can't zoom in on him.